I am here to ensure that you do your job, little human. Not do it for you.
Okay. Let's go with the old Rex on him. Try to get those last hits.
What lies before me? I've got the scent. I'm ready.
Glass of haste, potions of healing, loads of strength. Each kill. Oops, sorry. There we go. Each kill gives 2 strength. Let's go with War Stomp as well to control. We've got Mountain King. He has stun as well. That character can essentially cast a debuff on the enemy for each one of the attacks. Minus 12 armor. So with his right clicks. We've got Torrent Chieftain. Passive stun as well. Very useful. If you can, try to let the heroes that actually get a benefit from last hits get the last hit. And I'll try to dish out the gold if I get too much gold myself, depending on how it goes. For example, my hero gets 2 strength if he gets the last hits, which is obviously a huge, huge boost. The Archmage gets 1 intelligence if he gets the last hit. I think only the Archmage and the Beastmaster are the ones that actually get something useful from last hits. Otherwise everyone else just has like interesting passives and such. Oh. So if you see me getting a last hit, you'll see my strength go up by 2, which is huge. Because strength in this gives like 2 damage. Crazy. Lots of haste, really cheap item, considering how much damage he does. Fast attack. Seems good to me. We're missing healers though, aside from random picnic with tranquility.
Flush them out. Our paths converge. I'm acting.
Gonna have to stampede my way through this situation. It's only 150 mana. This is where everyone gets their ultimates. That'll do it. There's certainly not much care being put into making sure that the right heroes get the last hits, that's for sure. So we'll just have to see if we can still go through this without the min-max, which is going to be hard because the last... Well, this guy always basically just one-shots everyone, practically. And he's 1,000 range, so it's a bit of a joke. Gets easier to get last hits though if I can get more last hits, because my strength just goes up exponentially. So harder hits.
Our paths converge on the prowl.
Stay for one more round maybe. And then you can pop over to tomes. They cost wood, and the rest of the items cost gold. roughly about 1,000, 4,000 gold, really. 3,000 to 4,000 gold, the items that you're going to want to buy. So you can see all the heroes do like a kind of ridiculous amount of damage, and that will go up and up and up. It has to, because these bosses have a lot of health, and more so a lot of damage, and good armor. Health potions help a lot. The stun is more for like control, I'd say, than actual last hits. Gonna have Stampede level 2, I believe, coming up shortly. Feature that. All of my hotkeys are T. T, T, T. So if I press T, it does like Warcry, so I tend to just click my abilities for more efficiency when it comes to actually casting what it is that I want to cast. Short-lived the Stampede in this. So Tauren Chieftain has Bash, also has a passive that enables him to stomp and deal 200 damage. The stomp actually does stun, but the downside of it is it has the same cast animation of stomp, so as you start to get faster attacks, it's actually kind of slow and clunky, so I don't feel like he works out too well. My hero, like I say, gets 2 strength each kill. And the dwarf has a passive 20% chance to increase attack speed by 100%, which is actually really good, especially if it does continue to stack with his maximum attack speed. Hard to know whether that's definitely the case, but he has a bash, so he can essentially just keep them stun locked if he gets lucky. And he's got Avatar, which makes it harder for him to have spells casting, which is going to be very useful. So the passive attacks from the Keeper of the Grove, they reduce the armor. It's got Brilliance Aura. Either he's got it or the Archmage has got it. I suspect the Archmage has probably got it. Frostmage attacks are slowing, so slow attacks also useful if that all stacks up on the boss. And we need another hero that doesn't have like a dependency on like lifesteal or crit or something like that to pick up an item that allows you to slow on attack as well. So anything and everything just to control the bosses. Most of them are not too bad. It's just this guy is just ridiculously stronger than all the other ones. Then you got Fire Mage, auto attacks dealing 50 damage every second. I don't know what his abilities are. I've never picked him. I was never too excited about him. Fire Lord, just attacks are doing 100 splash damage. Plus he's got Incinerate, which stacks up damage as well. Which is, you know, pretty good. He's like a pretty high damage type hero, potentially. And then Idra, who just... Irida, the Dart Ranger, just gets 5 agility per level. It's not really too fantastic, I don't think, but everyone seems to pick her. Could it be because she's just a ranged hero that auto attacks? Maybe. This level's really annoying. Alright. I'm going back. pick up some goodies.
I've got the scent. I wander alone.
I'm gonna sacrifice my health,
Flush them out.
but I'll go with a safety lifesteal
My quarry.
as my item. And pure strength. I think you get like enough agility over the course of the game to maybe cover. There is an attack speed cap. Typically it's 200 agility, but in this game I think it might be 400 agility. But at 400% attack speed cap, and in typical melee games, 1 agility equals 2% attack speed, so you only need 200 agility and then you've reached the maximum attack speed that you can reach. Plus the Gloves of Haste obviously help a lot here. They're very cheap and they get the job done.
My fang and claw.
So this is a debuff, reduces their armor as well as their damage done, so it's utterly insane. Most heroes tend to have this ability though, so you'll find out that at least one person typically has it. This is the next boss, the Stone God himself. Now we're moving into the demons. Orcish demons. Because I think... yeah, maybe not. I thought he was coming up. But he's a bit further on, I think.
I've got the scent.
Getting a bit ahead of yourself, huh? It's because we just beat the boss. Sometimes there's like a big gap shortly after a boss level. Once my hero kind of gets to like this level of strength, I don't feel like Stampede does all that much. Considering I'm hitting for like 1,000 per hit. It's probably pretty close, but at least this way I'm more likely to get the last hits because I'm hitting the same target. Like here looks like a better chance for Stampede, but even then I'm going to commit to my hits because they also heal me. The bear's rubbish, by the way. Like, really weak. So it's barely worth the points until you have nothing else to put points into. One of the players didn't pick anything. I press stop after War Stomp because it actually cuts off the spell animation so he attacks quicker. In case you're curious why I'm doing that. Oh, it's the spectator who can't pick anything. Alright, yeah, there's one spot where there's just a host, essentially, spot. I think it's probably for the guy who made the map himself so he could observe it. Nick does that a little bit. So originally I picked like the Dreadlord. He seemed like a really cool hero. Actually, I came over here because no one was picking support originally. And I thought, oh, he looks cool, because he gets 1 damage on each kill. But this guy will get effectively like 4 damage on every single kill. If that tooltip is correct, that each strength point gives 2 damage. And he's gaining 2 strength per kill, last hit. He's doing 1,167 damage, so it's pretty good. The main thing versus the later boss And we haven't got past that Keeper the Grove boss, so I don't know what the other ones are like. It's survivability. Not being one shot. Because they tend to pick you off one by one. They can cast, like, sleep. And it can't be interrupted for a while. Could go back for another item, I suppose. A few more tomes to be spent.
I've got the scent.
Do you res if you die? Yeah. But it takes about 20 seconds. And if the boss just picks you off one by one, you just get killed again as soon as you come back. Plus he pretty much like free shots the book. Not quite free shot, but yeah, if this gets injured, you're in trouble. So the crit is the next item on the choice. And I'll just continue going strength. Unless I don't seem to get enough agility by a certain point. You can't seem to convert gold into lumber. So you got Claws of Attack, Gloves of Haste, Potions of Health and Mana. Then you got the kind of medium, okay-ish epics. But apart from the Reflect 10% damage, I don't think any of them are that special. Plus, I don't know if the Reflect is that useful, because it's really only the boss that's the problem. And the boss that's the problem at the moment is the one that's got ranged. I suppose it would still affect him. Now I'm forced to get the bear. The bear! 31 to 33 damage. It's okay. Second level of bear. It's nice when you get those crits because it's a good juicy heal as well. So he's got strength, crit, damage, health. That's all good for the cause. This is strength, lifesteal, and damage. That's good for the cause as well. You ideally need, like... We don't actually have the hero picked, but there is a hero that I think would be quite good for tanking the last boss, or at least the boss that we get stuck on, would be the panda. He has, you can put a few points into evasion, so I think he at least gets sort of like 30% evasion. So that's 30% more effective health. Can the Dark Ranger silence the boss? I don't know the Dark Ranger has that ability. I think the Keeper of the Grove does. But obviously, it only lasts so long on the enemy bosses.
Flush them out.
Dragon Lord, God. This guy likes these dragons. Now we've got the rages coming in. Mountain King down. Mountain King down. So you could go with defense. Damage. Can try for the reflect damage item. Soon I'll be maxed out. And then I think the rest is just legendary 7. Seems to give the best armor for stats as well. So I think the main thing really is just survivability. It's another reason to go strength tomes as well. Agility's at 204 now. We still got a couple more bosses. Can probably get close to 300 agility before the final bit. So it's close enough. You don't actually get armor from agility, as you can see. The armor just comes from the items. So you got to buy those items. Creature's doing 1500 damage. She has Monsoon, the Dark Ranger. Oh yeah. And the Crypt Lord's Locust Swarm. Searing Arrows and Silence. Okay, fair enough. Looking strong so far. This should be the last of the bears. It's on a really long cooldown as well. It's not even good.
What lies before me?
I've got 15,000 health at the moment. So that should help a little bit versus this guy. So ideally, we need to pay attention. Once we got past this guy, everyone needs to almost stay back a little bit. He will sleep, though. So he might just sleep me, so I'll be useless whilst I'm slept. But you need like at least 2 to 3 tanks at the front. So he at least goes for one of them, ideally. So they got the most effective health.
What lies before me? My strength. I've got the scent. What lies before me?
You don't think Epic 8 stacks with the Fawn's Aura that we currently have? I don't know. Who's to say? See, this guy's doing sleeps. This is the taste of things to come. It's very annoying. I'm invulnerable, so I can't even be knocked out of it. This is what happens. They just pick off the weaker heroes. At least you got, like, Avatar. So you can't be slapped. I think the Tauren Chieftain gets Avatar as well, actually. Gonna pop back.
I'm acting on instinct.
Thunderstrike, I think that's just Orb of Lightning, so that's not that good. None of those are too impressive.
My strength.
The best item really is this one, I think. Should just stack those up and then start giving gold once I've got those all bought. Attack speed on Mountain King has the potential to stun lock the boss, but that's luck based on top of whether the boss sleeps and whether it occurs. It's like a 10% chance to bash. Useful bear is useful. Don't seem to get like any better potions. Give me a bit of gold. I haven't got all of my legendaries set up though yet. And we're running out of time actually. To get that maximum armor. As long as the tanks can get a couple of pieces of solid plus 30 armor each or something. Maybe aim for that. So Chrono needs another one. How much gold you got now, Chrono? Alright. Well, Overclock's bought 2 of these. I don't know whether those stack. Were you taking that very literally, Overclocked, when we were talking about this stacking? I think it was in reference to that stacking with Thorntor and not with stacking with itself. True, it is a cheaper form of the armor though, and if we can't afford it, then it's a cheaper way to get the armor. This gives a bit of strength and health regen. That's not a bad idea actually, sharing all their gold with me at the start, so I can get like the guaranteed last hits. No, they weren't paying too much attention to who's getting the last hits. What's that, random?
Before me, I'm acting on instinct. I'm ready to track. Flush them out. Unleash my strength. I'm acting on instinct. Our paths converge.
Actually need a touch more gold. I still want to buy this one because it is so sick. Overclock's probably got more gold than anyone else, despite not getting all the kills for it. I wonder how he's managed that. Oh, this level's so annoying, because the mountain giants just consistently keeps sort of taunting you. Damn, I'm taking some damage here. I'm gonna die. Give me something to do. This is why we kind of need the healer. It's alright. I'll come back in 20 seconds and buy my item. Just another 1,400 gold and we're set. Three tanks together though is quite nice. Oh, thank you. Alright, who needs gold then? Because I can buy the last of the items I need. Ideally our tanks, like Chrono and stuff. Just give my gold to Chrono. Go get yourself booted up, Chrono. Boss probably isn't too far away.
What lies
Yeah, you've got your tank items. So, here comes the boss. Overclocked. You've got the last of your items, most likely. Yeah, basically. Alright. Time to find out who gets wrecked. Only tanks at the front for taking the hits. Oh, he's hitting me! He's hitting me at the moment. This is really good because I'm not taking much damage from it. Chrono care. I need to work my way to the boss so I can keep his attention. Although I'm not going to go straight to him because he hasn't slept me yet. Maybe he'll sleep me if I directly attack him, I don't know. I'll do a stun when I can next to him. Now we can go for it. There's the sleep, so he does sleep if you actively attack him. This is much better though. This is it. We need more control. We weren't able to pull this off last time. Much, much better. Whoa. That was the last boss then. GG. We actually beat it. I wasn't sure if you fight those guys or not. So whether the guy who was making the map hadn't quite finished it or hadn't decided. That was technically 8 bosses, because that's what was confusing, is you got 8 bosses, but you had some here. And there's the cinematic as well to celebrate the victory. So 8 bosses survive. You have to have the stun for that last boss, because we died to him a couple of times previously because people kind of picked more or less what they wanted to pick, but the heroes weren't going to produce the usefulness that they needed to. GG. Chrono says, what amazing map. Overclock says, best map. Random Pick Noob says, best map he's played since this month. So, a lot of fans. Hopefully you're a big fan of this map as well. 8 boss survive. Subscribe and like.